Hey, everybody off the Mike Sports Network here. We're doing some actual sports coverage here because on the day that NBA free agency begins, there was a massive NFL trade, some big names switching places, a big trade involving the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. The Steelers acquire Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, in a 2027 seventh round pick. The Miami Dolphins get Minka Fitzpatrick, a 2027 fifth round pick. Man, so many ways to go with this, but I'm going to take it from the Pittsburgh Steelers angle because what in the fuck are the Pittsburgh Steelers doing? What are they doing? What is going on here? Like I'm not the biggest Minka Fitzpatrick fan because he's injured some of my favorite players. He's one of the main reasons why I think Nick Chubb is in Houston now because Nick Chubb has never been the same since that low hip. Minka Fitzpatrick is still an all-pro safety. And don't get me wrong, Jalen Ramsey is great, but didn't they just get Darius Slay? They have Joey Porter Jr. They've got pieces there. So yeah, their secondary is their safety position is not that deep. And then they get DK Metcalf and they sign Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers are about to be a 3-ring circus this year. Mark my words, this is going to be a mess. And it is very possible for all of these Steelers fans who have been clamoring for Mike Tomlin that he is going out in a blaze of glory. And if this falls and he doesn't finish above 500 for the first time in his entire coaching career, he's going to be gone. This feels like we're doing this and we're trying to give Mike Tomlin what we think he. I don't think the Steelers are winning a Super Bowl with this roster. Not to mention TJ Watt is still really angry with his contract situation. So you've got that development working with this team. You're still trying to figure out other aspects of your team. And Aaron Rodgers is just going to come and go as he pleases. And, you have DK Metcalf, who's been known to be, a little bit temperamental when he doesn't get his way. Darius Slay, a little bit of an enigma. Good player, champion with the Philadelphia Eagles. But you have Darius Slay. And now Jalen Ramsey? My God. When did the Pittsburgh Steelers become the fucking Dallas Cowboys? All these personalities in one room. I don't know how they're going to manage this thing. And this could get really ugly really quickly because as much as I am down typically mostly because of their coaching situation and also the defense is not great, the Bengals on talent should be better. But I have reservations about their coaching situation. And basically, they've invested a lot of their cap and a lot of their money into 3 players. And now they still have the Trey Hendrickson thing to figure out as well. So they've got their own issues. And Baltimore, as much as I do not like the Baltimore Ravens, being a Cleveland Browns fan and them being the former Browns, the Ravens have been the class of this division for a long time. So at best right now, they're the 3rd best team in this division. That could get them into the playoffs, but the AFC is loaded. Houston's not going anywhere. Jacksonville, I hope they don't get competitive. I mean, really, the South is really a crapshoot, so you throw that out the window. Jets aren't going to be good. Patriots could be good with Mike Vrabel. Buffalo, Miami, I don't know. So, and then obviously, really the division that's going to scare a lot of people is the one that got 3 playoff teams last year. You got Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos made it. And then you've got the Raiders who, hey, Pete Carroll's there. Pete Carroll knows how to win. So it's very possible that this could be the first year that Mike Tomlin does not have an above 500 record. And this seems like almost like a way of just putting all of these personalities in the room and say, hey, Coach T, Coach Mike Tomlin, you try to manage these personalities and see if you can get them to the playoffs. Mind you, they haven't won a playoff game in, 7-8 years? I don't think they're winning a playoff game this year. I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing. I have no idea what the messaging is here. You have Aaron Rodgers, who is one of the biggest enigmas and one of the biggest head cases this league has ever seen, to rescue you on a 1-year deal where he's basically said he's done after this year. So he's on a retirement tour. Darius Slay has been known to be a little bit all over the place. DK Metcalf, when he doesn't get things his way, he's the problem. And Jalen Ramsey just runs his mouth nonstop. He's been productive, but you traded away Minka Fitzpatrick, you're one of your top safeties, when you don't have any depth at that position. Really? I don't know what Pittsburgh is doing here. This makes no sense. With every move that they have made this offseason, it just does not make any sense. And if this thing goes sideways, Aaron Rodgers is going to be pissed. They've got Will Howard. I almost said Will Rogers. Will Howard, the 6th-round pick out of Ohio State, potentially waiting in the wings. You got Mason Rudolph, who, has got all sorts of problems on his end. He can be productive, but he's a backup. So their quarterback position, questionable. Their wide receiver position, you got one head case out of there. You upgraded, and I think DK Metcalf is a better, locker room guy than George Pickens. But man, this is a really confusing team, and I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to do this year. Because to me, this team does not scream Super Bowl at all. This does not scream Super Bowl at all. And if you're one of these people like my dear friend Danny Udall, who you guys have seen on the Matt Sports Show, that we've kind of been reworking, and hopefully we can get back to doing that again. Danny has been a big proponent of getting rid of Mike Tomlin for years, but maybe this is the year. If there's a silver lining from any of this, if this season does go sideways, like I think it could, Pittsburgh could be in a lot of trouble, and they might be looking for a new coach. So maybe they're just making all of these swings, seeing if Mike Tomlin can work his magic, figure out a way to navigate the season and get them ultimately to a playoff. But this team's not winning a Super Bowl. This team's not winning the AFC. They're not winning the AFC North. So at best, you're a wild card team. And I've already named you that there's at least potentially 3 teams from the West that can make it. A lot of people are down on the Chiefs. Then you've got potentially at least 2 from the North. I have no faith in my Cleveland Browns, but I think the Bengals and Ravens could potentially make the playoffs. And then you've got Houston, maybe Indianapolis, Jacksonville, if you want to be ambitious. Tennessee's not going to do anything with Cam Ward this year. So maybe there's a playoff spot in there. The Raiders are a little bit of a strange team, too, to figure out, because Geno Smith is now there. And Pete Carroll has won virtually everywhere he's been. So there's no reason for me to believe that the Raiders won't be at least an interesting semi-competitive team. Again, I think Pittsburgh, something to keep your eyes on this season with the Steelers, is this could turn into a fucking 3-ring circus. Not just because of Aaron Rodgers, because, like I said, now you bring Jalen Ramsey into the fray. Like this has a dark feeling for me about this season. Like I don't have a good read on this, and I have no idea what Pittsburgh's trying to do. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.